Welcome everybody to our first episode of SnowBallBurrito. Now, this is a start of something me and my best friend, which we will get to him in a minute. Wanted to start for a long time. We had something like this on my channel back in 2020 when the pandemic, was in full force and everyone was at home. We always thought about starting our own podcast episode, and it wasn't until recently I got like a brand new mic that I was like, you know what, let's actually go and do it. And so basically, the gist of this podcast, or this talk show kind of format, is I want it to be like topically like discussion topics will be of high interest for this format. And basically each episode we will have a new topic, a new type of discussion. So like episode 1, global warming is the over, like, for example, this isn't what the layout is, but for example, it'll be like episode 1, global warming, that's the topic. And then we'd have a set of subset sort of stuff we discuss that pretty much gets to that overall point of the discussion episode. So this podcast is something that me and him have wanted to start for a while, and we are just now getting started. This is the introduction episode, so it's not going to be too long, but I just want you guys to be able to sort of at least get sort of an idea of what it will be like. We do plan on releasing this podcast audio wise on Spotify, and once we have video format ready, which is currently a work in progress, we will have that hopefully by the 4th episode. At least that's the goal. And so we just want to kind of dip our toes in, make sure, we're getting the format correct, or at least, audio sounds not too bad. I mean, it's not going to be great. There's obviously going to be a lot of errors going through this, and, it's a kind of a first time thing for us, like a new type of format that we're doing. And so I just wanted you guys to sort of get a gist of what this will be about. And so I am not alone, obviously. I do have my co-host, one of my very close friends. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Finally, never thought I'd get the stage. Gosh. Yeah, it's me. It's his best friend ever and will continue to be his best friend forever. My name is Vince. I go by many names. Xbox Hydro/54, YouTube Hydro, used to be Moon Gamer 123 back in the day. This has been a lot of names in the process. Same as gone for you too, huh, Nick?
Yes. Oh, and might I interject though? I forgot to mention
But
to everybody. This first episode was not the intentional way to do it. He is currently out sick at the moment, and so we couldn't really come together and kind of create this in person. That's the goal of this ultimately, is we both want to be present near each other doing this, so there's like that close engagement interaction. So this first episode will be online, so that's why his audio sounds completely different from mine, is because we're on a Discord call. And so it took a minute getting the audio set up, but that's why this first episode is going to be probably a little weird, hopefully and only compared to the future episodes. But yeah, I have a YouTube channel. I will put it in the description if y'all want to check it out. I'm probably going to go through and delete a whole lot of old videos, because there's a lot of old videos on there that are either outdated, or I kind of want to refresh the channel a bit in the near future. And so we will put both of our YouTube channel name or channel handles in the description. And yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna do the same thing when I have to archive some of those because some of them are just like
Some of them are too
uh,
special.
some of them are just too special, and some of them are just like those are for like me. But like I lost the old phone that I was recording on it, so I
uh
can't really retrieve those, and I'm not gonna just delete it because then that memory is gone forever.
I mean, oh gosh, like just seeing some of the old videos I had on that channel like 6 7 years ago.
Oh yeah, I love
And
those old
it's
videos. I'm gonna miss them.
crazy. It just blows my mind how fast time flies. And like I remember I sounded so differently then, and like it's so hard to think of myself back in that old body, because it's like so much has happened, so many things have moved so quickly. I'm in college right now. Like, just watching those, I just remember, just not caring, giving a care in the world. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do, have a lot of fun. And it's just, I'm 19. I'm almost 20 now. We'll both be 20 because me and my my
Oh my
co-host
gosh,
here,
don't say it. Don't
me
say
and
it.
me and my
Don't
co-host
say it.
here, we pretty much share birthdays, but
Oh,
I
he's gonna say
am a
it.
whole day older than him, which is
And
the
he won't let it
funniest
go. And he
part.
won't let it go. And he
It
won't
is
let it
just
go.
the funniest thing. He is pretty much my closest friend ever, and me and him have a birthday a day apart, and I am one day. Like,
Uh,
obviously, if you want to be technical, it's not a whole day, but in terms of calendar day, I am a day older than him,
which is
which I think is
ass.
funny.
I think it's so stupid because I'll never
But
hear the end of it.
yeah, I mean, it's a nice little reminder, but
Yeah, okay, so this is I'm gonna let the people know like what actually caused this to happen. Okay, so the reason why he's always making that joke and stuff, trying to refrain from cussing, sorry. Uh, Back in the day, I ran with a joke saying that I was older than everybody, and everybody believes me, right? Okay, so it was like, well, whatever. If I'm gonna run with it to the day I die, if I have to. And then I got to the point. It was like, what was it? It was fourth grade. Nick, do you remember?
uh,
Or was it like sixth grade? I think it was sixth grade.
I be- when you revealing
Officially revealed my
it was seventh
age.
grade.
It was seventh grade.
I very
My
much,
bad.
yeah, I remember it being seventh grade because we had our little friend group at that moment, and so I just remember even before that, because no one knew your actual birthday, or at least we knew your month and your day, but your year you lied for so
I
long
always said
about.
it. I've said it was 2000. I said 2001, 2000. Uh, I even said 2004 at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Like I lied and said that I was younger than people because there's younger people there, and I got upset because people were like, "You're old." What the fuck you
Yeah.
talk? I mean, you had to bleep that one out. Sorry, my bad.
That's all good.
What are you talking about? You know, it's like, oh, whatever. And then eventually, just like, all right, this is my year. Okay, I'll take your now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Man, but those were great times. Those were
They
great
were.
times.
I was at a college football game the other day, where I go to
That I
college
was
at.
sick and I was supposed to go to, but I was
Yeah.
sick.
And what's crazy, and I haven't even told you this, is I ran into the old. I won't reveal her name, but you'll know who she is. I ran into the old counselor for the elementary school.
Oh, is it
H.
oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, she was.
Let's call her Heather.
Yeah, Heather was about like seven people down, and I was in general admission seating. So I looked to my left, and my mother was like, "Hey, look who that is!" And I look, and I'm like, "Oh, there is no way! Like, there's no shot." And apparently, I guess I didn't even know this. I think she did graduate from my college, and I was like, "Wow, that's crazy!" And hence that's why she was there. So I kind of went over, and I spoke to her, and this is probably the first time in like, ooh, I don't think a decade, but it's pretty close because I've seen her occasionally, especially when I was over at the old high school. And I just spoke to her, and I was like, all these have changed. I'm almost 20. Like, I at first I was like, I don't know if you remember me, but and she's so good with remembering names. It blows my mind because I still remember she telling us, or telling me specifically in elementary, that her goal is to literally remember everybody's name no matter what. And so she clearly does because she still remembered me after like literally over a decade later. And so I just blew my mind. I was like, wow, it's crazy seeing her because
Yeah,
it's like I just remember seeing her constantly every day walking into the elementary school, and now
that is
it's a
crazy.
whole different set, just a whole different life now. And so it blew my mind. I was like, wow. And then she asked how my siblings were, like, how my, because I have an older sister. She asked how she was. My older sister actually just had her third baby recently, and she was
Congratulations.
like, wow, like that's so crazy. And I was like, yeah, I know, right? And I was like, so much time, like everything changes in time. It just blows my mind daily.
Yeah, I think I'm aging like fine wine.
Yeah, I could say I'm aging fine. Some days I feel, you know,
Oh, you definitely aged better than I did. I don't look that much
yeah,
different.
yeah.
I
I
look.
I changed a lot more, a little bit, mainly in the voice too, because I had a really light voice for a long time, and it was
Yep.
about, I'd say, middle to end of seventh grade is when my voice slowly, I noticed it started getting slightly deeper, and I was like, oh, this is weird. And so like I started noticing over time. It's kind of one of those natural things. You don't think about it, and it's like within that period of time where your voice has changed or you've grown 3 inches, then you finally look and be like, oh, this is different. And so, because you don't think about it, because when your body goes through these natural changes, a lot of times you're not even thinking about it. You're just like, oh, this is how I've always sounded. And then once enough time passes, like how I sound now, like I can't remember unless if I watch a video what I sounded like. Like I can't replicate it because
Same.
natural tone voices change. So it's like there's just a lot of stuff you can't go back on because that's just the way life works. Fortunately and unfortunately.
Yeah, he was like ball.
Yeah, I sounded pretty much like a child for a long time. And then when I got taller, I sounded like a big child, and it was just shortly after that is when my voice started getting deeper, and I was like, oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, now he sounds like a man.
I'm a real man. But
I
yeah,
can't really
it's
do any voice like how I am. I like can change my voice and stuff.
uh,
I'm still congested, so it's hard for me to do that.
no, yeah,
And it's
the
so upsetting.
yeah. When he gets better, we will obviously our next episode should be a little bit more formal. I'm still trying to find the location of where we want to do it, but just so because I don't want there to be too much background noise, and I don't want there to be like a lot of echo. Otherwise, I mean, we can mess with the mic settings for that, but I just
Yeah,
want
I
it to be
totally.
sort of closed a bit. Not a whole lot of sound, pretty much. It's just like me and you, and then
Yeah. I get you. I get you. I get you. I get
yeah,
you. But you know what? I also think that we should also change it up here and there. So it could be somewhere different. Different climate, different topics, different feeling when you're in
oh
the
yeah,
area. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, we could
Yeah,
totally do like more open natured episodes where
I think that'd
we're
be
out
freaking
near
baller.
like trees or we're in this like field,
Yeah, I think
or
this would be super cool.
it'd be a great idea. And there will be more ideas, things changing. So I mean, it's like I said in the beginning to everybody, it's not set in stone exactly how everything is going to like look like. Things will change, but
Yeah,
we're
but
kind of
there
just
is one, like, sorry, let me cut you off real quick because I don't think we're ever going to get to this. We're probably just going to forget about it, but I think I should address it now
okay.
instead of later. So every fifth episode, guys, we're going to have a random speaker. It could be one of our friends, it could be a teacher, it could be really anybody that we decide or contact to that either one of us are like, yo, I think you'd be cool for a podcast. If you want to come on, let's, you know, talk to them about it, and hopefully get them on every fifth episode.
Yeah,
Fifth
every
episode.
every 5 episodes. And here's another thing on that I forgot to mention too is along with the speaker. So how I said in the beginning, how every episode's gonna sort of have a tied topic to the episode. For those episodes where we do have guest speakers, it's not gonna be as set, and that's what we call open discussion days. And when we bring in a guest speaker, yeah, we'll probably have like a couple like topics to touch on, but in general, it's just gonna be like either general conversation or, whatever they want to talk about or an idea they have. It's more open. It's not as dead set because how the format should will work is every episode we will have like an overarching set topic that will be the title of the video. And then, it's just getting into the discussion. And I would say each episode, other than this episode is going to be the only episode that's going to be kind of short because this is an introductory sort of episode. And every regular episode roughly will be maybe like a half an hour to 45 minutes. At 45 minutes is the goal. But and it could go even longer depending on how the conversation's going and how much different ideas or different topics are brought up throughout the whole overarching discussion we're having. But for guest episodes, it will probably roughly be an hour because with one other extra person, there could be new discussions being introduced and a lot more different dynamic conversations happening. And so we don't plan on having more than one guest speaker for a while when we do those episodes.
Yeah, we're just
If
going for right now. It's only going to be just one person at a time.
yeah,
Eventually, we're probably going to try to move it to where we can have two people, but two people max. Nothing, no three, no
yeah,
four, unless it's like something like a very special occasion or something like that. But
because yeah,
go ahead.
because like I said in the beginning, our goal is get this as far as it could possibly go. And if this doesn't continue on for too much, like if it's not as what we wanted it to be, then obviously things will change and we might try something different. But we want to be able to get to that point where we have more than one guest speaker. It's just going to take a lot of effort, a lot of, design changes, a lot of like, I'd only just got a decent, like, pretty cheap mic. Like, I have a bunch of different mics with different headsets and stuff, but this is my first, like, real, like, kind of microphone I have that's separated from the headphones. So, really, the whole journey is going to be the setup and the quality is what we really want to improve. And so, like,
Like right now, I have like a cheap $40 mic,
right
and
now,
hopefully I
yeah,
sound good.
it's gonna be, obviously things will hopefully sound better next episode. Hopefully then we're more convened and like we're across from each other and or at least in the same area, and so it won't have that video call feel because anyone would know this is just a video call just because of the clear audio difference. But um,
Not
it's
just
it's
that,
a
the way that
journey.
we talk, the way that we're talking, it's more like we're not face to face.
Yeah.
I'm talking to a screen, and you're talking to a screen.
Oh yeah.
Uh, so it's like very evident, like
Oh yeah.
it's like non. What's the word I'm thinking? Uh, Man, I can't think of the word. Dang, more of a.
Um,
I'm gonna say robotic feeling. I'm gonna say that
yeah, I agree. Um,
in conversation wise.
Yeah, it's more or less we're listening out for each other, probably a little more than we would in person. Like it's not as dynamic as it could be,
Yeah, because
without
like in person,
gestures.
like not just like gestures and stuff. We're just always talking over each other in person. So it's like especially when we have like deep conversations, we're always talking over each other, and then one person would pause, and then the next person would. And here, like we stop talking when the other person's talking, and I'm trying to like kind of stop that, and I'm trying to like kind of talk like how I normally would, like in person and stuff. But it's
Hmm.
also kind of hard because I'm trying to refrain from cussing, and you know me, the F word always comes out like every
Now,
few
I sort of
seconds.
said in I we our discussion before this, I said I don't want there to be too much cussing. I mean, certain things I might let slide, but it's one of those where we don't
Yeah,
have a mega platform backing us up with monetization. We have literally nothing under the sun with that, and so it's one of those things where to build you really kind of have to start kind of the bland way, which is
yeah.
just straight conversation, no cussing, just kind of more PG is what you were saying.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't been
But
PG since high school, so
but
no.
it could change. Maybe over time I might not care as much. I probably just stop caring about it. Honestly, maybe even after this episode. But yeah, this is sort of just an introductory episode. We just hit the 20-minute mark. Um, I think we'll stop it right here because I think we pretty much all we wanted to really do was kind of
Introduce ourselves. I
yeah,
get it.
get the whole introduction period out of the way. And then, like I said, it's not what we were intending to. This was kind of a last minute change, but hopefully next episode it'll sound a bit better. And so
Yeah,
you'll
next
yeah.
episode I'll be able to see you and talk shit.
Sure. But
Oh, so sorry.
we will
Kind
release
of
a
slipped.
schedule soon. We don't quite have a set schedule yet. We just wanted to at least get this episode recorded sometime this week. And so by the time you see this episode is probably going to be released either the next day of this recording or the following. This has been recorded on the 2nd of October as of right now. And
And it
so
is
we
currently
will,
what,
yeah,
Monday?
yeah. So this will either be released tomorrow by the time y'all, whoever views this, sees this, or the following day, Wednesday. And so that's the plan, but we'll sort of get a set schedule set here soon. The idea is one episode a week. That could change, but we're sticking to that to now. It's just the days is what we're trying to figure out, and so
Mm. Yeah.
we
Oh,
might have yeah.
and let's see. I was gonna say something. I hate when that happens to me. I think of something, I'm gonna say it, and I think it's important, and then it just slips. Oh, shoot. Is we're basically done here, huh? We should probably take it out here right now, huh?
Yeah, I think we're done. But anyways, thanks for coming
Yeah.
to our first episode,
Yeah.
y'all.
Thanks for listening.
And
Make sure you share this podcast with some people that if you think this is interesting, and
mm-hmm.
you want other people to see it, go ahead, go for it. This is just for fun. This ain't to be like super serious. Like, oh, we need the numbers. We need the numbers. We need the numbers. I
Yeah.
mean, we're living life perfectly fine if we don't get
Yeah, this
big.
is it's just kind of for fun, It's not about the popularity at the moment. We're just really, like I said, we're just dipping our toes. We're just getting started, and so it's gonna be
Yeah,
hopefully a long, decent, pretty good journey. And so, but yeah, thanks for coming out,
yeah.
guys. Make sure to subscribe, and
Follow.
like, follow, comment, ideas, and thank you for coming out.
Yeah, yeah.
See you later.